Greetings, fellow seekers of truth, wisdom, and light. This is Reverend Eliot coming to you live September 18th. I only say the date because I want people to know that I'm not a recording again. Although probably some of you are listening to this as a recording, but nevertheless, it's here live in the middle of election insanity time. That's what we should call it. I'm starting to wonder about all this stuff that's going on here because, what I look at the news and I'm thinking, wait a minute, it's parody, right? It can't be real. This is why I don't discuss news items here. I will go this far, though. As a Boy Scout, I took a survival hike and I ate cattails from a swamp. Does that count? Is that part of it? You know, I learned a lot of stuff while I was sick here, and I have some questions about life, which are very strange. I took a walk a couple of months ago, and a nice young lady who may be listening tonight, for all we know, she stopped me in the street to take my picture because I present such a dashing figure, and she sent me the picture yesterday. And I looked at the picture and I thought, well, something's wrong here because this is a picture of some old man. Yeah, you being sick will do that to you, you know. But I've had time to ponder the important questions in life, things that are more important than politics. Like, for instance, why is it that when I was 4 years old, I was able to load a Pez dispenser in one shot? I could just slap it all right in there. Now I have to do it one little piece at a time. I have no idea how that's done anymore. I mean, I used to be able to load that sucker up like I was Mike Hammer loading his 45 automatic. But now, no, I've got to put one little piece. What is the whole point of having a dispenser if you have to put one little piece in at a time in order to take one little piece at a time out? There was a way to fold back the foil on the thing and slap the whole thing in. I don't know what to tell you. These are the imponderables, but that's what we're doing. Listen, I am working on so many interesting things now that I'm starting to come to terms with things that are happening to me. And I don't want to get too heavy about it, but, nothing like news from the doctors to let you know that you're entering the last phase of life. And that was something that was predictable. I mean, it's going to happen to all of us if we're lucky. Some of us have been denied an old age. It's looking like I'm going to be denied a fun old age, but they're working on keeping me around. That's good. But the diet I have to adhere to, it's just dull. But it's all a matter of how much pain do you want in this world and what are you willing to sacrifice. And I just want you to know that I still appreciate all the wonderful messages of support I got for the 6 months. Can you believe 6 months I wasn't doing this? 6 months I was cracking up with pain, and it was a mess. But they've smoothed me out. They've done that. They've done that by removing every last particle of amusement from my existence. So what I'm left with is stumbling around the apartment, thinking about when I should start really cleaning up this place, and having maybe a slice of boiled chicken, Which, but hey, I'm going to be reaching out to the audience to get things done, as they say. I'm working on a special offer. I mentioned last week that you can't find me on Facebook anymore because they're crazy over there. The Facebook people are lunatics. I mean, they wanted all kinds of documentation to let me see your papers, kind of stuff, and ordinarily, I mean, why would I want to give them my passport, my birth certificate, my marriage certificate, all that kind of stuff? All that. They want all of that. And it's all going to be hacked at some point. You know that. They're going to do something with it, and I'd rather not go through that. So I opted out because I can't log in. They won't let me log in unless I bring the Mormon Tabernacle Choir in to prove that they all know me personally, and then they show their identification. That whole thing. So I've moved over to a less intrusive social media platform, which I want to start getting things going over there. It's called MeWe, which was started. They don't track you, they don't interrupt you, they don't have ads, they don't treat you uh, like, obviously, with all of these things, we users are the product that's being sold, but they're a little more tactful about it. And I know a few people there, not many, and I haven't had a chance to really build it up, but I'm working on that now. I'm offering a wonderful premium. I'm offering a free gift, don't you? Because the other kind of gifts that you have to pay for, they're not fun. I'm offering, you'll be seeing an announcement about that, Lord knows where, since I used to put these announcements on social media. But you can still find me at magic-works.com. I have an announcement page there. I have all kinds of stuff there. If you want to know what's going on with me. And by the way, my website is actually, although it doesn't look like it, it is a blog. In reality, I set it up on a blog format with pages, so anybody can respond to things that are there and talk and communicate and or just use the contact thing and contact me at magic-works.com is the website. magick-works.com. I've been away from you all for so long that I'd love to hear from people, and I'm cooking up a bunch of goodies to put out there now. I'm working on not, I wouldn't say a new book, because I found a very old magical book that's been out of print for decades, and guess who's putting it back into print? Yes, I am, and that would be through my book arm, my Mojo Brothers books, Mojo Brothers Publishing. Which, if you, and even during the time that I was out ill, I was mailing books out to people. So please take a look at that. That at mojoacademy.org. There are books there that'll change your life. And I'll give you a little hint. One of the premiums that I'm offering, if you sign up with MeWe, which is totally free, by the way, it's completely open and free. You can contact me. Then you can meet other like-minded people. It's great. My Facebook page at about for Reverend Eliot tarot stuff was wonderful, because the people there are just great. Well, the people there were you, and you know what you're like, so there you have it, right? The other page, which was your normal Facebook page, is where complete strangers come in to tell people what idiots they are and put them down and call them names. You got great satellite communication and instantaneous worldwide communication, and what do you do? You know, these people spend their time attacking other people. Well, that you don't find at MeWe. Uh, and I would like to build a base there of like-minded people, and then we can get together either virtually or actually here in this. This is the city of New York, and we're still not down. We're experiencing problems, but we're not down for the count. But you'll be hearing more about that. In the meantime, to keep up with what I'm doing, since I'm back now and relatively bored to tears from 6 months of inactivity. Well, I wouldn't say inactivity. If you consider like whimpering in a corner an activity, that's where you found me. But it's a great mental strain to be told that you ain't going to make it. That puts a crimp in your plans. So here we are, and I'm still here, and I'll be here for quite a while, as far as they tell me. And in the meantime, not to be too morbid about it, let's all get together and enjoy stuff. You'll find some fascinating things at mojoacademy.org. You'll find some funny stuff. You'll find some interesting stuff at magic-works.com. It's 100 and something pages there. So give it a test. If you haven't scrolled around my website, I know a lot of people do, because sometimes I see an awful lot of pages viewed and like a handful of people, which means that people are sticking around and looking at things, which I like. I appreciate it, because if I don't want to waste my time alone. And if you have any suggestions for me that are printable, send them off my way. But in the meantime, it's good to be back. Uh, I'm shuffling up the cards, as you know, and we're going to get back into the swing of readings. Thank you, by the way, to all the people who contacted me after the show last week, which was my first in 6 months, for all your kind words. I thought I sounded a little bit nasal, you know. I've had some nasal congestion problems, but that's nothing special. That happens to me this time of year all the time. So you ready? You want to do some readings? Shall we get going? Remember, you can find me, you can email me at asktarot@earthlink.net anytime. Asktarot@earthlink.net. I'd be more than happy to get in touch with you and chat, either through the email or other ways, you know, by phone. I spend a lot of time talking to people on Skype. Oh, I'm a chatterbox, you know, and get to magic-works.com to see all the other stuff I do. If you're new to me, oh, your life is about to change for the better. Whatever you want, we're gonna make it better. That's how life works. If you really get into that right groove, whatever you want, that's there for you, and you'll get it. So we'll talk more about things like that in the future. Let's get right to the cards now. I'm going to ring the bell 3 times to declare sacred space. And we'll open up with Lara in Somersworth, New Hampshire. Hi, Lara. You're on with Reverend Eliot.
Hi, Eliot. Nice to meet you.
Good to hear from you. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right.
Good. Well, maybe we can make that a little better. What would you like to look at?
Well, usually when I do have a reader, the best question I like to ask is, what is it I need to know?
Oh, okay. You know, it's funny because I couldn't stop laughing one time. I was on a bus here in New York, going downtown on Fifth Avenue, the famous Fifth Avenue number 5 bus, and a very genteel, quite elderly woman got on the bus and said to the driver, "Do you stop at 34th Street?" And he said, "Yes, ma'am, I do." She said, "I need to go to 34th Street. Do you stop at 34th Street?" "Yes, I do." Okay. And then she started to walk back after paying the fare and said, "Now you be sure to tell me when to get off." And I just started laughing because I've seen fights that start that way. You know, "Don't you tell me where to get off. Who are you?" You know, but she meant it literally, and it just struck me as funny. So let's see what the cards show that you could use. How's that?
Oh, sounds good.
Um, hmm. Well, there's something new happening in terms of career and work for you. You there?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, yeah. I've got a card here that indicates something new coming up in the realm of career and work. Is there anything new that you're working on?
I am currently unemployed and looking for new work.
Okay, so that's a good sign because that means that there will be new work coming. It's the Knight of Rods. Rods are career, and Knights are the beginning of things. It's starting. It's the starting point. They can be a little unpredictable, like the knight on the chessboard can move this way and that way, but it's a start. The next card is the World, which is a card that means assured success. And then there's the Eight of Rods. It's going to be about work, and that means something is on the way now. And then there's the Two of Rods, which tells me that you might be entering into a partnership. But again, that indicates waiting for something new to happen. Ace of Coins. There's going to be a nice income stream coming your way. That's what I'm seeing, is that you're going to be successful getting a good position, getting the work you want. Very successful.
Oh, good.
And it's happening. It's the Eight of Rods says it's in the way. It's in the works. It's on the way now.
Yes, that's like, possibly tomorrow.
Yeah, why not, right? Let's
Yep.
see.
Could I get clarification on the type of job?
Yeah. Well, yeah. This is interesting because the first card I have is the Magician, which shows me that it'll involve a lot of spiritual work and creativity. That you can draw down spiritual power. You do spiritual work, correct?
I am interested in doing intuitive work. There is actually a spiritual mentor of mine who is starting a business program, and I'm hesitant to start because money, you know. Um,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, I was oddly enough, I was going to ask you if there is a mentor of some sort in there because I have the Hierophant here, which is a card of, it can be a card of religious authority, but an established priest, so to speak. Uh,
Hmm.
but so yeah, you're going to be, you'll have guidance, but you have a lot of strength and power of your own. There's a 10 of rods is here. It's interesting again is the rods because again this is all you're getting all these things about work and career. 10 of rods is just a warning not to take on too much.
Hmm.
You're going to approach this very enthusiastically, and you're going to dive into this, and what you're getting, what's coming your way, you're going to really enjoy. It's going to be life changing, I might add, because I've got the Death card here, and I've got the Six of Rods, which is triumphant. And see how many rod cards you're getting? The cards really like you. They're responding to you. And the ten of rods is saying just be sure you don't bite off too much right away, but you'll be able to handle it. I think the death card just is that's of course as you know being involved in this it doesn't mean you're going to die. The death card means that there's a beginning of a new phase in your life, and it's going to be very successful according to this. I like this reading. This is pretty good.
Hmm.
Anything else you want to see?
Uh, uh, is there should I start dating again?
Um, what I have here right now, yes and no. Let's put it that way. That's good. I'll tell you why I say that. The Ace of Cups came up, and that is the aces are beginnings, and the cups are about romance and the affairs of the heart. The Nine of Coins is here, and that shows me that you're a person who's also very secure by yourself. You're not you're not you're not desperate, shall we say? You know what I mean? That you're at peace with yourself. And those are very attractive people. So that gets there. But I do see that the Eight of Cups is here also. And see, you asked me about one thing. You asked me about work, and I get all these cards with rods. You asked me about dating, and I get these cup cards, which is I'm telling you, these cards really work for you. Um, this is telling me that something is coming your way. The Eight of Cups is about a person who gets from here to there, who's leaving something that isn't really working out and going to something better in terms of life. So whatever the affairs of the heart are that you've been involved in, you're going to be taking an upgrade soon. You're going to be taking a step up, is how I see it. And it's looking very good. It's very positive. You have so many positive cards here. It's unbelievable. You really it's the most positive card in the deck I got now. The Sun, health, healing, growth, happiness. Yeah, you're entering into a relationship soon that is going to be really good for you. Okay,
Mm.
keep an eye out for it.
Okay.
Thanks for calling. You with me there? Okay, Lara. I'm a little rusty, folks. Karen in La Puente, California is next. Hi, Karen. You're on with Reverend Eliot.
Hi,
Hi, Karen. How are you tonight?
I'm all right. And yourself?
I'm doing well. I'm getting better. I mean, I missed 6 months of shows here with a minor illness, but it was.
Oh, shoot.
But I'm being pieced together and repaired, and
Glad to
looking
hear
forward
it.
to it. Thanks. How are you doing now?
I'm
What
all
would you
right.
like? What would you like to look at?
Are you a medium or just psychic?
Well, I'm not necessarily, but I can ask the cards. I never did that before I started doing shows here, and it turns out to
Oh,
work.
okay.
So, if you want to ask me to contact somebody, I can give it a shot. And there are cards that I would look for, like the Death card or the High Priestess card, the Judgment
Mhm.
card, to let me know that I'm on the right track. So, do you want to give it a shot?
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Actually, let's go with a psychic reading.
okay.
Sorry.
That was easy. Okay. What would you like to know?
I guess what's uh which direction do I go? Or I feel so lost right now.
Oh yeah, I do, and I'm telling you, I had this card earlier, the Ten of Rods. You're feeling overburdened by things in life, by any chance?
Yeah.
Okay. The Lover's card is here. That's an interesting card. It doesn't necessarily indicate romance like they show in the movies. It means that you're facing a choice in life. You're at a crossroads, and there's decisions you have to make. Uh,
Okay.
so you feeling that sense coming up that you have to make some important
Yeah.
decisions? Okay, so this is not my favorite kind of reading because I'm telling you back what you know, but we'll get to the other parts. The Three of Coins is here. Now, are you looking for any work?
um. So I'm unemployed at the moment. Yeah.
You're unemployed?
Yes.
Okay, because this indicates a job. This indicates
Okay.
a temporary job, essentially. That you might be offered
Hmm.
something that's temporary, and the point behind this one is that you'll succeed. You'll complete the task. You'll do very well at it,
Hmm.
and that will lead to other things. That's why I asked about that. In fact, that's followed by the tower, which is the tower struck by lightning, which says that there may be a sudden, unexpected upheaval in your life uh, by something shaking things up and changing them. I'm not seeing anything negative in that. That's
Hmm.
followed by the Page of Cups, which is about the appearance of happiness and romance and things working out well emotionally. So if you're having I'll say emotional blockages in life, I think that's going to come apart.
Hmm.
I think that you're headed for a very good emotional experience.
Okay.
And the Justice card is here. That's usually an indication that you were not treated very well by somebody, and it's going to be resolved. Is that the case?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the cards are pretty straightforward. It's showing me that you're going to deal with that. Here's the Judgment card, one of the cards that indicates a rebirth in a sense. That the tower struck by
Okay.
lightning, the Page of Cups, the Judgment card, the Justice card, they tell me that things are going to start moving in a much more positive direction in your life than they have been now. So don't let it get you really down in that sense, because that's the Lover's card. That's the choice that you between this path and that. But you're
Hmm.
you're you're on the path to the good stuff. That's what the cards are showing me. If the card
Great.
showed me that you, if the card showed me that you were on the path to bad stuff, I wouldn't let you off the
Hmm.
phone until we had a good conclusion here. Until we realized what was going on, and then if the show got boring for people, I would just continue with you off the air because it's not fair to say, "Hey, look at that, your life's falling apart." Next caller,
Yeah.
please. Right? Yeah, but you're not, you're just the opposite. Now the thing is, even though things are going to get much, much better for you, that's still upheaval. And like psychologists have found, for instance, that the psychological stress that's caused by marriage is the same as
Uh-huh.
divorce. It's the same level.
Okay.
So it's
Uh-huh.
it's 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 not a matter of the value judgment of the change. It's a matter of change can be very hard to accept. I mean,
Uh-huh.
I've been dealing
Sorry.
with that personally, so maybe it's a message to me here. But what I'm seeing is that good things are coming your way. I see that it's coming fast. I see the Temperance card is here. Your life has not been in balance, really. There's been stuff that's out of balance in your life, and you feel it, you know it. And this means it's going to be restored. The balance you're looking for, you're going to find. So you're headed.
Okay.
I'm
Great.
glad I'm glad you switched to that reading instead of the mediumistic reading, because this is showing really good stuff on the way to you. The Ace of Rods. One last card I want to pull for you. The Ace of Rods is about new work and new career. There you
Uh-huh.
go. Right. So hang in there
Uh-huh.
because you're about to enter a really, really, really good time. I understand from these cards right now that the Eight of Swords is here, that you're feeling restricted and tied up and you're not feeling really free, but you're going to.
Mhm.
You definitely, here's the wheel of fortune. It means your luck is going to turn. It's going to turn for the better. And there's the nine of rods. You're prepared for this. You can handle what's coming, and it'll be good. And you're aching for it in a sense. So I envy you.
Yeah.
A good time. The good time is coming. What you've been wanting is on the way. And here's the Ace of Cups again, just to reinforce that, followed by the Four of Rods, which is a happy home. So you see, there's
Great.
good stuff. You're right at the precipice of good stuff. And for some
Great.
of us, that's hard to believe. You know that. You know, but
Yeah.
you'll see it. I'm going to pull one more card just to be sure
Mhm.
here of what we're. Yeah, there's the King of Coins. That you're going to do very well financially. You're going to be able to manage money and do well with the money that you get in this new work. Okay?
Okay.
I'm going to light a candle to send more positive energy your way because this is a dynamite reading and it can you any more energy you can get will help. How's that?
Okay. Great.
Bye bye now. And you're listening to Reverend Eliot's Magical Window here on the Ask One Radio Network, where we get together a couple of times a year. The rest of the time, I'm canned like spam, right? No, I'm back. I am back, and we are going to be doing some fascinating stuff over the next few years together, you and I, as we delve into the mystic and see how the mystical arts can enhance our lives. Don't believe the silliness in the movies that you see. The mystic arts are there for us to use, but don't abuse them. Well, I tell you, that'll come back to bite you. That's no good. The key to everything is balance. There's a great arcanum which I'll post at my my blog, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And you can find a link to my blog at magic-works.com. I think it's time to post that because it's about balance. And we are, especially now, this is my speech. I used to give this speech every time an election rolled around. But have you noticed that we're constantly in a state of election? If the election lasts more than 4 hours, call a doctor. Is that what they, the state of election is, it's nonstop. For some reason, it turned into amusement and entertainment, and we don't live our lives and then roll around to election time. It's got to be shoved at us constantly, constantly, which means that we're being bombarded with fear by many people who make a living out of scaring people. Now, this is a pet peeve of mine, and I've got a book out that I want you all to, if you haven't read it, I urge you to take a look at it. You can find it at Amazon.com. You can find it at mojoacademy.org. It's called Unmasking Fear, and it was written like 100 years ago. It was written in 1919. I have an introduction in there and a forward. See, I was busy. That I didn't write it back then. It updates it to modern times. But even though this is before radio, even before television, before mass communications, newspapers would scare the hell out of people too. They used to have 5, 6, 7 editions of a newspaper every day. And if a horrible bit of news came out, they'd put out an extra edition, which is where you get that trope of a little news kid yelling extra, extra, extra. I went to the library here in New York that has the Museum of Newspapers, and I saw one edition of the Daily News here, the New York Daily News from the 20s. There were like 7 different editions, culminating with an extra because Rudolph Valentino died. That was the way news was, but it's about fear. It's about scaring you. There's an awful lot of people who are in a state of I mean, look at these people running around with guns, thinking they're going to change history. This is the result of a bombardment of people working on scaring us. This guy is going to end the world. This guy is going to end democracy. This guy is going to make you pay through the nose with more tax. It just goes on and on and on. And this is not a partisan thing. They're all doing it, and it's all manipulating us, and it's driving people nuts. You can feel it in the air. So I would like you to just take a look, go to mojoacademy.org and take a look at Unmasking Fear. That is a book that it's quite inexpensive, and it can change your life, because a lot of people don't know one of the secrets is people never change. People don't change. Our machines change, people don't change. I had that epiphany, that insight, when I was maybe 15 years old. I got a set of the Harvard classics, and I read the book Ecclesiastes. Vanity of vanity, all is vanities, that whole thing, And it occurred to me as a young kid in my teens, somebody 2,000 years ago was depressed and wrote about it. You see, we don't change. And now there are people who know this. There are people who know exactly how my mind works, how your mind works. They study the human mind, and they know the buttons to push, and they know how to derange us. They really do. And they always have a solution to the problem that they've created, and usually it's 1995 with free shipping or something like that. It's funny how there's always a solution for that. I mean, there's an ad running now on some channels about this guy who had a big problem because he can't tuck in his shirt. He studied years to try to design a shirt that looks good when it isn't tucked in. Now, this is a guy looking for problems. Just tuck your damn shirt in, right? What difference does it make? In any event, this is the thing. Don't let them crack you up now. Now, we're all vulnerable to this because we have in our homes mass media devices that are used by professionals to scare us. That's all they are there for, is to scare us into buying things. Now, I'm hoping that you can buy this book, Unmasking Fear, not out of fear, but as a way of abandoning fear. Fear is good. This is, again, balance is good. Fear is okay. Fear in itself is the feeling that tells you something's wrong. You ignore fear at your own peril. You walk down that alley and you feel a little fear, you're alert. Terror is unrelenting fear. That is not good. There's people now trying to turn fear, the innate human fear, into terror. We all need fear. That's why we go to scary movies. We all need to have a release from fear, which is why we go on 90-degree roller coasters. Like, what do you do when you scare somebody? What happens? You get a movie theater full of people scared to pieces, and when the scary scene is over, everyone laughs. It's a release. It's necessary. It's an atavistic feeling, but fear, like all the emotions we have, gave us an evolutionary advantage. The problem is when people exploit fear and try to fan the flames of fear and turn it into terror. They hurt us. They hurt us badly. And then we do foolish things. So I'm urging you, just check out the book, Unmasking Fear. Only a couple of you buy it, and then maybe share it with a friend. Let's face it. I mean, I'm not like a gigantic publishing company. I'm not a conglomerate getting rich off this. I only publish books because I think they're good, and there's a value to them. And the one I come back to the most, even it's not even my favorite book, which that would be the one on shaving. That's my favorite. How to use a straight razor without killing yourself is that's my favorite. Is Unmasking Fear, and I'll carry that with me forever. Unmasking Fear by Lloyd Kenyon Jones. Look for the Mojo Academy version, because that's got the forwards by me, and they go a long way to explaining what's going on in that book. So please keep that in mind. I thought about it all the time that I was away, because I felt helpless. I saw the fear mounting in society, and there's nothing I could speak to anybody about. But I'm back now and I'm speaking. Janine in Houston is next. Oh, Jenny. See,
Yes.
I got to get rid of these store-bought glasses, right? Jenny, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. What can I look at for you tonight?
Whatever comes up to you.
Okay, let's see. What have I got here? Well, the Ace of Cups is here. That's good. That shows me that you're a person, a King of Cups. Rather. You see, something. What is going with these? My eyesight is going. That's one thing. The King of Cups is here. That's better than the Ace of Cups. The Knight of Cups is here. That's pretty good. Those two cards tell me that you're concerned about. Is there something emotionally that's on your mind?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is it a romance?
More like family health.
Okay. Yeah, that's an emotional thing. I also see are there some legal issues around this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, I can see that too. I'm seeing legal and conflict and the things of that nature. But I'm looking at your card. So the first thing I want you to know is your cards are the situation is a hard one. Your cards are good. Your cards are reassuring. The King of Cups, the King of Coins. The Fool card is here. Now that's an important card. The Fool card, that would be you in this case, because that doesn't mean you're a fool. That card means the beloved of God. In the Gypsy Romany scheme of things, if there were any negative cards here about you, this would erase that. That's a very positive card. This shows me that you have spiritual protection. And I think you're going to need it. And I'll tell you why. There's somebody, you know this, you've felt this. There's somebody behind the scenes who's spreading things about you, is saying bad things, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's a person sneaking around who's not particularly looking out for your best interests, who's in fact trying to hurt you. Here's also that's the Seven of Swords. Here's the Devil card. This is a powerful person. But the thing is, these people are not as powerful as they think, because what I have after that little cluster of cards is the Six of Rods, which tells me that you're going to succeed, not this person. They wear themselves out, these people who go around spreading malicious gossip, who make trouble for people. But it seems to me that you have somebody like that in your life right now. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Well, these cards are telling me, and here's the High Priestess, which again shows me that you have a lot of power. The Fool and the High Priestess show me you're a very powerful person. The Empress is here too. Gosh, that's good. You're really well armed. The Empress is a person who makes things happen and makes things grow and does good things. You're fine. The Justice card here tells me you're going to come out anyway okay in this, but it may be a little rough ride. But you're going to get justice. You're going to succeed. This person is going to give up, is going to stop this stuff. This is craziness. We've all had somebody in our life at some point. If you haven't, you're lucky, and I envy you. But Jenny, you're facing rough times now, but you're going to succeed. That's the message I have for you in these cards. Okay, you have divine protection.
Yes, sir.
Okay, keep that in mind. And I'm going to light a candle, send white energy from a white candle your way. How's that?
Awesome. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. And I will do what I can to send. Look, if this gets to be a problem, you send me an email at asktaro@earthlink.net, and I can send you some stuff you can do, magically speaking, like from the Book of Psalms. I can send you a couple of things you can do to clear the air. How's that? If it gets to be really bad.
Awesome.
Keep
Yes.
me in mind, and there's no charge for that, by the way. I'm not whipping up sales here, okay? Just remind me that we spoke, that I got your name wrong, and then to make up for that, I'm going to show you a few tricks you can do to protect yourself. But you have an awful lot of spiritual protection around you now, as it is.
Thank you
Thanks for
so
calling.
much.
My pleasure.
Have a
Bye bye
good
now. And boy, we're rounding the corner to the last roundup. Well, I don't like the sound of that. Anybody who's been in and out of hospitals, no. We're headed to the end of the show here. Look at that. I wish I could do this 3-4 times a week. Patty in Banning, California is next. Hi, Patty. You're on with Reverend Eliot.
Hi,
Hi. How are you tonight?
I'm doing good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great, fortunately. What can I look at for you?
Um, I'm I'm on a council, and we're trying to move forward. I'm on a native council, and we're trying to get federal recognition. And I wanted to see what you saw for that, and
You're
when
trying
you
to
see
get
it happening.
you're trying to get the federal government to do something?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You got you got strength. I've come up against the New York City government, which is just about as labyrinthine, but it's doable. You know, you can win. You can get what you want. Let's see what we have here. And okay, this is good. This is boy, you're going to need this card. The Chariot is here. The Chariot is a person who's controlling something. Who's you've got like the person in the Chariot has a white horse and a black horse, and one is pulling this way and one is pulling that way, and the driver is trying to keep them in one direction. So that's your job here. You're trying to keep this thing moving the way you want it to go. The Hierophant is here. That's a higher authority. So obviously, you're going to be appealing to a higher authority for this. Um, the 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 Lovers is here. That's a card of a choice. So you have to decide which way to do this. You see, but the more important than that is the Chariot and the Lovers are about duality. With the Chariot, you have the black horse and the white horse. With the Lovers, you have the sacred and the profane. Uh, According to this, the Three of Cups is here. According to this, you're going to succeed. It's just a simplistic reading at this point, but the Three of Cups means the completion of a matter. In plenty, usually working through people you know. So
Cool.
that's very good. Now, the Queen of Rods here, that is a woman who can handle the work. You know, the rods are work, and that you can do it. It's followed by the Ace of Rods, which means this could lead to a full-time thing for you. You know, when you get what you want, you may end up being in charge of it.
Okay.
You know, yeah, is that you see that down the road too, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, and the Ten of Cups is here. Now, I can give you from our experience here. My wife was very, very politically active. I mean, like, you know, the mayor, all kinds of people would come to her here in New York. Uh, we pulled back from that after 20 odd years. But I can tell you one thing: she being a woman and being outspoken, she had a reputation for being uncontrollable and a loose cannon, which of course is ridiculous because, you know, they wanted her to get permission from them to do what she was going to do, and she just told them where to get off, so to speak. Which brings us back to the story I told in the beginning. Don't you tell me where to get off. But you're going to face that. You know, you're going to face that, and you're up to
I
it.
already
You
do.
can, yeah, you know what to do about that. You know, my wife, there were people I saw her would give her a very nice, well-reasoned diatribe for backing off, and she would look at them and say, "Let me tell you this," and then she'd use two words that I don't want to use on the radio here, and they would be horrified. And we're talking about like a 5'2", 95-pound person who threw that at them, and they were mortified. You know, shows used to make Mayor Giuliani laugh. Because they knew that if she wanted something, they'd better listen. But it can be done, you know. That's so, and I'm
Do you have
getting
a
that.
time frame?
Um, no, I'm not seeing a time frame in the sense like the Eight of Rods here would mean it's in the works now. But I do have the finish here. What I'm seeing at the end of it is the Ten of Cups, which is pure happiness, and the Sun, which is healing, health, and growth and joy. So what I'm seeing a good outcome. The Strength card is here. Boy, that if any card was predictable to turn up, it was that. That shows the woman who's taming the lion. You know, so you're getting all the right signs here to move forward and get this done. But it's a lift. It's a real lift.
Yeah.
But
It's
you'll
a
do
heavy
it.
lift, but
Yeah,
it'll get there.
I see you doing it. I see you. I see nothing but success here for you. And there, one last card is the magician. That's the person who knows how to use power, to draw power from above and bring it down here on the practical level. So you're set. You're really well set. I've been telling people I'll light a candle and send positive energy your way. I don't even need to do that for you. You know, that's you've got it. And you
You were
feel
talking
it
about
too. Don't
protection on the last one. I'm very well protected, and I draw from
you?
the ancestors and ask for them for help all the time.
You know something? I just pulled up the card, the judgment card, which shows the ancestors rising from the grave. Just as you, just as you said that, that's the card I got. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty good. Well, I got to run, but you'll be fine. I'll probably be reading about you in the papers, right? So
Yeah.
keep
Look for us in
keep in
LA.
keep in touch. Oh, L.A. Yeah, okay, yeah. I know L.A. That's a weird place too.
Can
Oh
be.
boy. Yeah, L.A. is actually New York, but over there, you know, it's every time
Yeah.
I've been to L.A., I go to L.A., I just see New Yorkers. So anyway, keep it up because you're on the right path here. It's looking really good. And thanks for calling. It's been a great call.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye bye now. And let's see if we can get Echo in Pembroke Pines in, also California. Hi, Echo.
Hi.
Hi, what can I look at for you today? I've got a few minutes left.
I don't know. I'm either you pick either love or career.
Love or career? Let's see which ones the cards pick.
All right, perfect.
And the cards pick. Oh, I got a card. Cups. Okay, so that's romance. Okay.
Okay.
Two. One, two of those, three of those. Okay, this is definitely three cup cards here. This is definitely about romance. Are you in the market for a new relationship? Because I see one coming.
Yes.
Okay. I always have to be careful of that because I said that in one of my early times reading, and so I said, I've been married for 30 years. What are you talking about? You know, but it also could, if you're in a relationship, it can mean that the relationship will reach a new level. But these cards I'm seeing here, the Queen of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the Two of Cups, just really solidly tell me that there's a new relationship coming your way. Here's another one, the Six of Cups. See how many cups? This is astounding. The cups are about affairs of the heart. The Six of Cups is about memories of somebody you knew long ago. So it could be somebody you were once involved with coming back into your life. I know for me that would be a warning, but and here's another, the Ace of Cups. Yeah, there's going to be a new relationship. It's going to be either it's going to be with somebody you knew long ago or someone who reminds you of somebody you were very close to long ago.
Okay.
But it's going to be very good. That's indicated by the Ace of Cups, and of course the cards are really positive here for you. They're quite good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm seeing nothing. I'm seeing nothing but happiness, and you're working at it. That's the thing. I've got here the Six of Swords, which is about going from rough waters to calm waters. That you've been trying for this. You've been working at this, and you've been propelling yourself to get from where you are to where you want to be, and you're going to succeed. How's that?
That's awesome.
Okay.
That is awesome.
Glad to tell you that. I've got to run. I've only got a couple of minutes left.
Okay.
But,
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm glad I could get you in. I love ending on a positive note. Bye bye
Yeah.
now.
No. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
And hey, that's it. We've come to the end of another edition of Reverend Eliot Skirts the Grave. One more. No, that's not the name of the show. That's not the name of the show. The show is Reverend Eliot's Magical Window. That's right, Reverend Eliot's Magical Window. And we're here every Wednesday at 11 Eastern, 10 Central, 9 Mountain, and 8 Pacific. We're no longer, thanks to the good graces of the bureaucrats at Zuckerberg land, we're no longer getting together at Facebook, but you'll be able to find me at MeWe. I'm going to have an announcement about a special gift for people who join me there. How's that? I'm bribing you. As if my presence isn't enough, right? There will be a very special gift I'm working on packaging that right now. As soon as we get off the air, I'm going to continue that. I'm going to make the announcement soon enough. Remember, you can contact me off the air anytime. AskTarot@earthlink.net. That's the email, asktarot, ASKTAROT, at earthlink.net. You can also find more about what I do at magic-works.com, MAGICK-works.com, magic-works.com. Also, check out, like I said before, Mojo Brothers books. I hope I didn't get too over the top about that book, Unmasking Fear, but golly, that is probably the most important book. I would put that be one of the most important books of the last 100 years. And it is definitely going to change you because you'll see how people have historically used fear to control human beings. And we're in the middle of that right now. That's all it is. They call it a political campaign. There, good. Go through the whole show and end up with the hiccups, right? That's nice. But you know what I'm talking about. Fear is not good when we're subjected to it continuously. So that's my contribution to the book Unmasking Fear has been to add a forward and a prologue, and a partridge in a pear tree, I might add. So until we get together again, remember, contact me off the air anytime. AskTarot@earthlink.net. Check me out at magic-works.com, which also has a contact link. And it also can direct you to my blog, my weblog, where we do discuss certain topical events. But, you know, it's mostly metaphysical and things of that sort. So let's see. I've covered all the bases here, I guess, and it's been great coming back. There's all kinds of medicine they've got me on for various ailments, but I guess that comes with elderliness. But you're the best medicine. You guys I love being with you, and I'm going to see you again next week. So till then, bye-bye now.